Next comes the sciences. In sciences, again, the main theme is the same: teach and assess. Teach and assess. These reviews are assessments, and virtual labs, which we can't do in the classroom anyway. So these are the three focus areas. And while you are discussing, in science especially, a lot of activities have been already built up, and each and every activity is very, very time consuming to produce. I'll pick a few samples where I feel comfortable, because that's not my discipline. Working a wastewater plant. You can bring the plant in your classroom right on the screen and discuss how it works step by step. Click here. Simple language that you are supposed to say, and you can say a lot more around it if you have it here. But this is the bare minimum that you've got to say. So here, next, the entire setup for purification of water is called WGWTP. Involves removal of physical, chemical, and biological pollutants. And here you are. This is the plant. This is step one. And then you highlight different parts of step one. You, what you call, zoom it out, so that the dirt becomes clearly visible to the class. And then what? The step one is removal of this by a bar screen. The first step is bar screen here. Zoom it out the bar screen so that you can see the action clearly. Zoom it out. So if you're explaining the whole wastewater plant in 5-6 different steps, at each step you zoom it out so that you can explain it to the class and talk around it. And whatever you need to say is already there on the top. And you can say a lot more if you want to. And so on. And now let me fast track it. You got the idea, right? Fast track it. You see this button over here? See this button here? Now this is fast review after you discuss the whole thing in the class. Click on this, and now I don't have to press space bar. It's automatically moving. A fast review. That is step number 2, grit and sand. This is step number 3. So allow this to settle down in large circular tank. Step number 4. Water is so obtained is called this thing. And so on. If you're a biologist, all your usual PowerPoint slides that you usually use in the classroom, they are made more dynamic and more manageable. Nephron you want to explain, you start from where the nephron is hidden in your body. Start from this, take to the kidney, open up the kidney now, and show where the nephron is. And once you have the nephron in front of you, and that's your point of discussion today in the classroom, so highlight that and discuss each and every part. And if you don't remember, it comes right before you. Next comes reviews. Teaching and learning side by side as before, or assessment side by side. First of all, Philip. Let me pick up the easiest ones for everybody. You're talking of motion, which everybody knows. A physical quantity, which is described completely by its, is called a scalar quantity by its magnitude. The speed is a vector quantity. Acceleration is a vector quantity. Remember, this is 6th grade stuff. Click on submit. I did one wrong. All right, let us see what is wrong. Click on solution. Oh, speed, scalar quantity, good, very nice. New set, new set, new set, new set, again, just like before. Unless the time you master everything, you keep on practicing it. Next, column matching. What I am giving to you is all these types of activities review, each of 3 types, for every topic. in your course. For every topic, you will see that. And now, let me pick out one where I feel comfortable. Here, the first one, match the meaning with the symbol. The first one is what? Open key. Second one is what for? Variable resistance. Third one, fixed resistance. The fourth one, closed key. Click on done. So even if I don't know, just click on solution. And if I have 5, 6 sets of activities and I cover almost all possible symbols and do it 3, 4, 5, 6 times, I synced it here. Just remember here. Okay? You may call it rote memorization, you may call what? But the basic information goes there. Now, figure-based, especially in biology subjects, because figures are so common and so complex most of the time. Now here, which biologist can help me? What is this for? I think, let me guess it, it's DNA. And what is this for? What is this for? Come on. This one? Okay, let me be wrong, doesn't matter. And how about this? And how about this? All right, click on submit. Let's see how it's correct. All right. So click on solution. So even if you were wrong, again, like before, you can have this. So all these activities are embedded this thing. Next comes virtual labs. Very, very powerful system. Virtual labs for 6th to 8th grade we call it activities. And virtual lab activities is not much difference. Activities. I picked up only 2 because it's easier, it will take smaller time. Light travels in a straight line. How will you prove that in the classroom? They watch it all the time. The purpose of experimentation on screen is, first of all, how to conduct the experiment. Even certain facts which you know, how do you prove it? By simple experiment. The power of exploration, the method of exploration, knowing that is also quite a learning experience. For example, light travels in a straight line. First of all, what do you need for that? What material do you need? You will need a rectangular sheet of cardboards, thread, modeling clay, and candle. This is all you need for this experiment. How to perform it? Click on procedure. Take 3 equal-sized rectangular sheets of cardboard. Our first job is to find the center of these 3 cardboards. How shall we find it? Again, the same thing. Interactivity in the classroom. Ask questions at every step. Let me show it now. Reinforcement. You place all the cardboards one over the other. The diagonal of this will be the center. Pin a hole over there. Right in the center. And now arrange them in a row and make sure the hole is in a straight line. And how do you make sure of that? Watch the steps. Pull it through from both sides and make sure they're the same height so that they're in the same straight line. And now, hold the candle on one side and peep it through the other side. And now, remove the middle one slightly away and peep it again. So, why can't you see it? Light travels in a straight line. Say for example, second one. I like that very much. To show that water is a poor conductor of heat. How do you prove that? This is against the usual conception that the child has, because you see the water boiling all the time from the bottom. So how do you prove it's a bad conductor of heat? Well, let's see the experiment. Material required for this: ice, copper wire gauge, and boiling tube. Simple things you need for that. Procedure. Let me automate it to save the time. Wrap this thing into the wire, this thing to make it a little heavy. Slit it a little bit so that the bottom doesn't break. This is the water. Heat it from the top, not from the bottom. What is happening? The water is boiling, but the ice is not melting. What does it prove? It's a bad conductor of heat. Because when you see at home the water boiling, it is the heated particle that are moving up. It is not the heat that's moving up. So simple explanation. So these are what we call the virtual labs. But if you have a big experiment like photosynthesis, that will take almost months, if not days, to complete that experiment. It will have at least 15 steps. So click on that procedure, and I auto run to save the time. Auto run to save the time. You can watch all these steps. So on. So this is what I want to share with you. For the sciences, each and every concept for all grades from 4th to 10th. We have not touched the 11th and 12th part yet. Completely aligned with CBSE curriculum with tutorials and reviews, lot of reviews for every tutorial, and then virtual lab and activity wherever it is needed. Next is the English language. How many of you are in English language? All right. People say that next to mathematics, language, English is more important. Or maybe some people prefer English in the first place and math the second. So what we have done is empowering the basic things: reading, comprehension; listening, comprehension; grammar, to be able to construct sentences; vocabulary building; and writing skill. Now, reading comprehension, very simple, straightforward. You have paragraph on one side, and questions on the other side. You take all the hard words have become hot words. The meaning is hidden behind that. You read the paragraph as many times as you want, and then answer the questions one by one. Next. I don't know anything, so I can click on explanation, because this is a practice mode. I first of all try my hard to understand and comprehend the paragraph, and then practice it. And how many practice sessions you have? So many. For each and every grade, we have at least 40, 50 paragraphs for the child to practice on. Next comes listening comprehension. The same as reading, except here somebody is talking, somebody is speaking. History of teddy bear, for example. Play on this.
History of the teddy bear. Have you ever wondered where these cute little teddy bears came from? They were named after President Theodore Roosevelt of America in 1902.
You got the message.
The public knew President Roosevelt as Teddy.
Or you can replay it as many times as you want, and then questions based on what you have just heard. Okay. Where was the first lady bear sold? I think it was New York. Next question. and so on. The same thing as reading comprehension, except this time you are listening, you are not reading. Next, second part is the grammar part. Grammar is displayed the same way. Tutorial, assessment, tutorial, assessment, tutorial, assessment. The same mode as we discussed for mathematics and as we discussed for science. Tutorials. Simple illustration. You can't have too much in tutorials because it is a language. You have to read and comprehend. There's no way out. This is the objective. And discussion. You have these on pronouns, you have kinds of nouns, you have three persons, single popular nouns. Check if you learn.
Click on the correct pronoun from the box and fill the blanks in the given phrases and sentences.
Go back. And after that, you have reviews, kinds of nouns, activity on pronouns. English person, who can help me? Click on the pronouns in the following sentence and classify whether they are, who will help me? I, personal, okay. Next. All right, doesn't matter. Okay, click on done. Say yes. We made some mistakes. Doesn't matter. That's the way to learn. And click on this for solutions. You can go back, go back, go back, go back. We did not respond to this. There was something missing. That is why our score went down. We didn't respond to that. It's missing, like that. So be careful next time. New set, new set, new set, and so on. The philosophy is the same. Keep on practicing and as much time as you want. Say, for example, you have jumbled words. Click on the jumbled words to make meaningful sentences. Okay. Speak it loud. One person, please. Mary laid. Oh, okay. Reset. Mary laid the table. Very good. You are smart. Okay. And full stop. Very good. Period. Next. My mother baked a wonderful cake. Next. My father works very hard. The children sat okay. The children sat quietly Okay, we got all, and click on yes. Wonderful, you are a smart class. Okay, it's great. As a joint contribution to this perfect score, and then go back and check if you didn't do right. So you get all the feedback, answer is given, the answer, your answer is matching with this, and then what? New set, new set, new set. Does it help the child in sentence construction? You practice as much as you can, as much as you can. Okay, go back. Vocabulary building. Again, you have column matching. This will maybe match the word in column A with the synonyms in column B. Okay, synonyms. Okay, similar meanings. Okay, bad. Okay, big. Boring, brave, right. Does it help in vocabulary building? Yes. There are different kinds of antonyms, synonyms, and this and that stuff, all that. So many, almost infinite number of activities like that. Okay, you can click on done. I click on this, click on new set, and so on. Writing is done in a different way. Writing has got to be evaluated by teachers. System cannot evaluate the writing part. And for that, flash drive does not save anything. It is for self-learning and self-assessment. You have to take the fear out of the child of embarrassment that he doesn't know. He is embarrassing only himself or herself. It's self-learning and self-assessment. But writing part, a teacher has to evaluate. Therefore, that part is only online. Okay. And let me explain to you how it works, the writing part. I'm running out of time. Let me go next, please, okay? But this is online because many of you are not online takers anyway. Most of you are this. If some of you wants me to emphasize on the writing part, how it is delivered online, I'll explain later. But let me go with my agenda. Next part is social sciences. Again, the same as before. Tutorials, assessment, tutorial, assessment. Reviews means assessment. We have, for example, how it's presented. Says, for example, Andhra Pradesh. This is 4th grade I'm taking. In this session, you will learn about one of the states, Southern Plateau and the Andhra Pradesh. Location, capital, rivers, important places, and so on. Discussion. Brief introduction. Again, let me auto run instead of going step by step. It's the 4th largest state of India by area. Who are the other 3 is highlighted. First is Rajasthan. Second is Madhya Pradesh. third is Maharashtra, and fourth is Andhra Pradesh. Many of us who don't teach this subject may like to know all these things, even it is at fourth grade level. The state has second largest coastline among all the states. And when this becomes mild, that means there is nothing on this part. You need to discuss the next part, location. It's situated in India, in southeastern coast, and so on. You can see yourself using that in the classroom, how powerful tool is in your hand, and also for the students to self-learn at home. Go back. The column matching. Match the states with their capitals. Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Ranchi, Uttarakhand, Haryana, Rajasthan. You are done. And then what? There are no infinite sets now, obviously, right? Because you have limited number of states. So you will have, it will cover all the states in different order and all that. The four Indian states that share their common border and so on and on. All those, every information, mob-based. Why? Okay? Again, you have a new set, you have a new set, you have a new set, you have a new set. Again, you can't have infinite here, right? Because there are limited number of states, limited number of activities. So, my friends, this is the content part. Mathematics, from grade 1 to grade 12, very extensively done, as you have seen. Sciences, for grade 4 to grade 10, as you have seen it. English, grade 1 to grade 8, we are building on 9th and 10th. Sciences, what's left? Social sciences, you will have only grade 4 and 5. 6 to 10 is being built up. It will take a little bit more time. But now the question is, next session is, how are they delivered? Let me show you how they're delivered through simple flash drive. How it looks like, just watch it. Simple flash drive. For teachers, it will contain all that you teach. Right now, as I said before, your individualized flash drives are being built. That flash drive for you, with due apologies, will be active only up to 30th of March, April. Only up to 30th of April. For you to review it. Then we shall get your feedback in March. If we know that you are using it, we shall renew it for next year. But we don't want you to take it and dump it somewhere, because every flash drive, my friends, costs. Because it's a hardware. We don't make hardwares. Every flash drive costs. So therefore, you will have a small flash drive all the time, putting into this. What we are dreaming about is that in future, students will have just one flash drive with all the subjects that he or she teaches or learns, all of that grade, and workbooks in their hand to do the work. Getting out of the textbooks. You don't have to carry 10 pounds or 10 kgs of bag on your back all the time. You don't need a computer at home, in the classroom. You need only a computer at home. In the classroom is teacher's time and is activity time. You may use a workbook and this projection as you were seeing, just like my lecture notes. So for students and for teachers both, the only difference is what content we load inside. For teachers, what you teach. For students, what of that grade, what they're studying. So, how does it look like? The moment you stick the flash drive inside your USB port, you will see, for example, 4th grade. You click on math, 4th grade. If I'm a 4th grade student, I put my flash drive in, I will see these 4 subjects: math, science, English, social studies. These are course folders. These are course folders. If I click on math course folder, you will have 3 files active on your left side. This file has a content locked. This file will have a content locked inside. This is a flash drive, but it's locked. You can't copy it. It has to stay in the same flash drive. Double click on this and the content will open up from the lock. And you will have all the chapters of 4th grade, all the chapters of 4th grade. And each chapter, for example, on fractions, what is fraction, types of fractions, equivalent fractions, comparing, like, comparing addition of like, subtraction of like, and so on, and all the tutorials and all the MOPs. Remember MOPs? Okay. Learn and assess, and assess in so many ways. And each assessment has how many activities? Infinite sets. And you study in which way? The way you want. Whether you're a smart guy, go in the test mode. If you're slow, go in the solution mode. If you're not sure, go in the check mode. So all those for each and every topic. For example, you've already seen, so I don't need to show you. Go back. Similarly, for sciences, click on science. Again, double click on that. Now this science is loaded. And you will have all the science of 4th grade, all the science of 4th grade, almost 29 chapters, 29 topics, and starting from plants to animals to digestive system, matter, mechanics, solar system, and whatever. You have tutorials, summary, and sharpen your skill. And sharpen your skill means the same as reviews that you saw. Close it. Go to English. And click on this file, now the English. Remember, all these things for a child in the same flash drive for all the subject areas. And now you have reading comprehension, subject predicate, kinds of sentences, nouns, number of nouns, gender nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, propositions, conjunctions, articles, punctuations, and so on and on. All these topics that you teach in English, and then tutorial and review, tutorial and review. What about review? How many reviews? Infinite sessions. Keep on this. Until the time you master that concept, keep on doing it. And all the help you need is already built in. And then close this file, and similarly, you will have now social sciences. The same way, click on this, social sciences open. My friend, one flash drive for one child contains everything that he or she need to learn. Same thing for 5th grade, almost the same thing for 6th, but social science is still being built. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So, you saw the concept of the flash drive. Let me open 6th grade file and show you a lot more than this thing. Supposing I have 6th grade math file. Sixth grade math file. I click on basic geometry again. See the concepts? Everything taught in the 6th grade, 14 chapters, and each chapter will have so many sections, and each section will have tutorials, examples, practice tests, test your skill. The same thing that you saw in my presentation. For each and every topic whatsoever. The whole thing is embedded there. But in flash drive, you have a lot more. Look at this. What is this button here? Ebook. Click on ebook. Now this is your actual textbook. Probably, I say probably, because I haven't seen the other books. Probably more powerful than you might have seen. What is that? On each chapter, you have several sections. Each section, select each section, and you expand the screen, and you have the whole book. This is a book, basically. That's an e-book. You have lots of examples. Lots of examples. The difference is, in e-book, you have one version of example. But in the other files, you have what? Each example has what? So many variations. New set, new set, new set, new set. Just like in books. You have 10 examples. Here also you may have 10 or 15 examples in our flash drive. But each example will have what? So many variations. You use one example for teaching, click on new set, let the class do it. Use one example for teaching, click on new set, let the class do it. So therefore, the whole idea behind that is focusing empowering the teacher. Flash drive contains this thing, and then what? Hearts. Hearts with solutions and questions. Chapter summaries. Lots of practice sheets. Same practice sheet that you saw in a dynamic way, you have printed practice sheet too. You want to print for your classrooms and so on. And that is what we call ebook, is already embedded with that. So this is how the flash drives are built. Now, I will not use the online platform, but I'll give you a small overview. Is there anybody who's interested in seeing how it is delivered online? Anybody? Okay. So I will be brief. Online. Please do click on online. This is our website. Educo website. Its site name is all on your folders. Is all in your folders. It's www.educosoft.com. Educosoft, that you see over there, educosoft.com. That's the website. You can purchase flash drive from here and so on. Log in this. Click on next set. How does it work? Supposing you are an A-class school and you are serving a population of economically better off families. And most probably they will have a computer at home and they will have it at home. For you, my friends, online is the best option. We have 5 institutions in this state. Tagore International, they are both branches, east of Kailash and Vasant Vihar, Father English, and to some extent, Rukmini Devi. Vasant Vihar, both the Tagore schools, all their students are doing their homework online, quizzes online, formative assessment online, everything they're doing online. And all the teachers are well versed with that. For the last 5-6 years, they're continuously doing. And their results are improving day by day. Now, how does it work? If your institution is willing to go that route, we shall add your institution to the system, authorize you all the courses that you need, appoint one person in your school as the campus coordinator, and that person will be a link between your school and us, and Educo. Add all your teachers into the system and assign them all the classes that they're teaching, section-wise. So every teacher will have in the email their user ID and password to log in. All your students will have an Excel file, their first name, last name, their email ID, Excel file. Upload the Excel file into each section of the class, and all the students will be registered, and they will get in the email their user ID password. After that, teacher logs in the class, they see this page. This is teacher's login page. So, these are the classes that I teach. This is for me, for demo. This is my classes that I teach. If I teach 3 classes, math 9th, math 10th, math 11th, I will have Math 9 section A, Math 10 section B, Math 11 section A. And after that, how many students are in my class? And there's a click button. And here's the calendar. I can set up the whole schedule for the entire year, my complete lesson plan in my calendar. What I am going to teach on what day, so on. And after that, click on Go. This is my class. We call this as a roster page. All my students, their email IDs, when did they last log in, at what time. So I will know which student logged in the system at what time and how and what he or she is doing and how they are progressing is all recorded. Online is a power, is a great, great power. So here, and the last button here is what you call as, this is progress report of each and every student. Some parent comes to your school and say, how my child is doing. Log in, this is student's name, click on this, and the whole progress report comes in front of you, and you can expand it, and you can show what the child was doing. On each and every day, his activity will be recorded. Go back, and now, on this page, you are going into the classroom, you are taking class attendance. Click on class attendance. This is your class roster, these are the names, these are the previous days. Click on this, date. If you see your class, everybody is present, click on all present, marked. If somebody was absent, he comes late to the class, you can change P to tardy. If somebody has an excuse, you can create P to exempted. And so on. This attendance automatically recorded their percentage and so on and on. Now go back to the home page, roster page. You have home page, roster, tools, upload your syllabus, your grade book, master section, add your own notes if you have, conduct survey from students, class attendance. Lecture notes is the same that you saw just now, but it is arranged hierarchically. These are your chapters, sections, and this is section. Tutorial, examples, practice test, test your skill. Just like what you saw just now. They're all over here. And then assessment. You create your own assessment. See the score, import assessment, add your own questions if you want. You can print the student submitted assessment, drop boxes for English, and so on. Resources, glossary, documents, web link, exam papers for all the previous years, all exam papers will be online. And communication tools, announcements, discussion forums, study groups, queries, and chats. User management, guest registration, transfer, teaching assistants, and so on and on. And then support question for EDUCAU, frequently asked questions, anybody has any question will be there. When the student logs in, they will see this. This is when the students log in. The announcement from the teacher. Syllabus, click on syllabus and read it. Tutorials, same as your lecture notes. Assessments that you have assigned to them. Drop boxes for the teachers, for English. They can check your own grade. Activity report, benchmark, and so on and on. Now this is all online, a very powerful system. In fact, even in the United States, people say that this is one of the most powerful online learning systems. If anybody, I'm talking to only A-grade students or maybe top-notch B-grade student whose parents do have computer and internet at home, this is probably the most extensive option. And we train those teachers in those schools very extensively. And the training is not simply conducting 1 or 2 days workshop and you're done with that. That is no training. Our training is 1 day orientation and 6 weeks online. They will be our students. Those teachers will be one of our students. We will make them do what we expect them to do with their students so that they have a thorough training. And after that, when the classes start and the students start using it, they know what to do and all that stuff. Our training is very extensive. Coming back to my main agenda today, online was not my main agenda because not many schools are using it. Over the last 6-7 years, we have been able to get only 5-6 schools, those who are using online, because we understand the limitation. People don't have internet at home, nor the parents sometimes allow the students, although they access it everywhere. But still, there's a taboo because of all the dirty sites. The parents don't want their children to use internet. Therefore, we brought this offline solution. Mobile, anytime, anywhere. All that you need, both as teachers, as students, is embedded into this. My friends, my last message to you. Remember the opening study that I mentioned? In general, we still have bright stars in our nation, very smart students. We still produce a lot of bright students as compared to the outside world because we are a big country in population. Second largest country in the world. America is 3 times the volume in the area and 1/3 the population. The population density between America and India is 1 to 9. Sorry, 1 to 9. Yes, we are 9 times more thickly populated than America. Therefore, we have enough number of talent, but in an aggregative way, we are nowhere. There's a huge population that need to be strengthened, that need to be empowered. And the empowerment lies, my friends, building the foundations. Building the foundations. If your 9th grade student doesn't know the basics, you cannot do anything. He's just struggling to pass out somehow. And what he will do after graduation? Spoiling the name of graduates. That is all. His base will be very, very weak. So therefore, what we should strengthen is, my mission in this country is getting started at 4th grade, or maximum at 6th grade, and build the foundation of the students at that level, so that when they come to 9th and 10th grade, they don't have to depend on anything. They will be self-supporting. They will know almost as much as the teachers know. Teacher will have to struggle to cope up with their knowledge. Okay. That's the level of strength we should have. You know, to be a good teacher in a university, teachers and students are very close to each other in their knowledge. Sometimes even students are more knowledgeable. Because when I was a student of 4th grade, I knew much, much less than my grandchildren knows it today. Because knowledge has expanded so much. They say that knowledge expands 10 times after every 5 years. So much. The methodology has to change. And that's our effort right now. What you have seen today, my friends, probably you will agree with me, that no human tutor can do that, what technology can do. That kind of power in technology. Infinite practice session to the students. All dynamic tutorials and learning resources. And everything in a pocket, just in a small flash drive. Okay. Do you agree with me that this is one of the most powerful things that a child can have? Do you agree with me? May I see your hands? Then, then try to have it for your child.